Back in the garage today, back in the garage today. What's going on, guys? Back in the garage today, getting ready to put some new front disc brakes and brake pads on my 2016 KTM 1290 Super Adventure. If you've got a 1090, 1190, 1290 model through those years, it's going to be basically the same. I am going OEM on everything. I'll show you the parts I have here in a minute. A couple of things to know about this video. Number one, I am not going to show you how to take off the wheels. I've already made a video on that. I'll link it up here. Number two, I'm not going to show you how to bleed the brakes. I've already done a video on that. I'll link that up here. And I said a couple of things. There's one more thing. I'm not going to show you how to do the rear brakes because I've already done a video on that. I'll link that one up here too. So let's hop into it. All right, so like I said at the beginning, I'm gonna go OEM mainly because I've had good luck out of mine and I have over 70,000 miles on the factory one. So we've got two OEM discs, two sets of OEM pads. Obviously these pads are made by Brembo. This is why it's important to have a good relationship with your dealer. Retail on the discs alone are about $339 a piece. Retail on the pads are about $128 a piece for a total of $933.96 before tax. My price was $536, so hell of a deal. Let's hop into the job. All right, so step one is to come up here to our master cylinder and remove our two-wheeled rider master cylinder cover. If you don't have one, head over to twowheeledrider.com and pick yourself one up. Step two is we are going to use a Torx 15-bit to remove these two screws to remove our filler cap. But what we're gonna do to make sure we don't spill a bunch of crap when we do it, which we shouldn't, but we just wanna be careful because we don't wanna get brake fluid over stuff. Just take a paper towel and just punch a little hole in it, and that just covers up your handlebar and some of your controls. As we take this out, we're also gonna want, the bladder may or may not wanna come with it. We do wanna take that with us too. And we're just gonna set this over on a clean paper towel out of the way for right now. So what we wanna do here is we've got a couple of cotter pins in place here. So I'm gonna grab a pair of needle nose and we're gonna grab this first cotter pin. Be careful, you just want to put that aside. And then you can see this one here is covered up by that metal clip, which is okay. We're just going to try to pivot it a little bit so we can get a pair of pliers on it. Have to pivot a little more. I think I'm going to grab a pick for that one. And let's just see if we can hook this. Yeah. Pull that cotter pin out. And then all we want to do is grab each of these pins and pull them out. I think what we're going to, there we go. I was going to say, I think what we're going to have to do at this point, these things have never been out. We're going to spray it down with a little bit of brake clean. Probably should have done that to begin with. There we go, I got the first pin out. Just dirt and grime. There we go. All right, we're definitely gonna get these pins cleaned up. All right, we're gonna go ahead and pull the pads out of there if we can. We can get a measurement on them, but they're just, after nearly 10 years, I just feel like they're kind of glazed over and it's time for a new set. Yep. All right, let's take a look at these pads. And I think I'm gonna go ahead, even though you don't have to, we need to get these pistons compressed. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the caliper. One, I need to get it off anyway because I'm gonna do the rotor. I guess technically I don't have to. It makes it easier to get the wheel off. And two, I really wanna clean the hell out of the inside of this before I put the new pads in. All right, so let's take a look. Obviously these are the old pads. If you're wondering why these are scuffed up a little bit, it's because I just pressed the pistons back on the calipers using a screwdriver, so that scuffed them a little, but we're throwing them away. You can see the difference in thickness. Technically these are still within spec, but they're pretty well shot. So now we're gonna put the new ones in. Now one thing we wanna do before we put the new ones in, I'm gonna take some cleaner and a wire brush, clean up our retainer clip. I'm also gonna clean up these pins. That way everything's nice and smooth. before we and clean before we try to put all this stuff back together. All right, so you can see I don't have these bolts all the way in, and they don't need to be. And each pad, whether it's the inside pad or the outside pad's the same. The reason why I just want it held on the bike, the disc will help keep the pad separated and help everything go back on just a little bit easier. It's gonna be a little tight. Now let's get the outside pad into place. It's going in. There we go. Now, we want to make sure these are at least eyeball lined up. And then, you can see how much cleaner I got this plate. There is an up arrow on it. We obviously want the arrow, or there's an arrow, we want the arrow pointed up. And then, we're going to take a pin, it doesn't really matter which one, get it started. All right, got that one. Not all the way through, but I think it's holding. Now we're going to go for the top one. Again, I'm just kind of holding my finger on the inside pad here. Alright, so we're going to see, now that they're at least separated, let me see, since I got them started. Okay, let's see what the problem is. It's off ever so slightly. Just twist it in there. All right, now we can see they're all the way through. When in doubt, hammer it out. I'm just gonna, actually we don't need to slide them back on right now. The next thing we need to do, and it's gonna be very difficult to see, but you're gonna have to turn these pins and you'll see the little hole there, and we just wanna get our cotter pin through, and that will hold these in place. All right, get the first one in place. All right, that is it. That is how you change the brake pads. Now we just have to do this all over again on the other side. Also, in the meantime, do not touch your front brake lever. All right, so I've got both sets of brake pads on now, and you see what happened up here, a little bit spilled over, which is why we put this here. We're gonna have to take a little bit of fluid out, but what's happening is as you compress the piston, it's pushing the fluid back up into the master cylinder, which is why we wanted this little bit of paper towel here. Now we're going to get the front wheel off. Again, watch the video on that, and then we're going to get the brake discs changed. All right, so with the wheel off the bike, next we need to remove the brake disc. Now, I am on, this would be the right-hand side of the bike. You can tell because there is no ABS sensor, wheel, whatever you want to call it, the metal ring that goes here. I'm just going to use an impact 8mm, and we're going to pull these screws out. That's it. We're going to lift our disc off. We're going to move it to the side. Now, the wear limit on this is 4mm. This one is nowhere near that. It's just showing plenty of signs of age, and it doesn't break like it used to. All right, so with the new disc in place, next thing we're gonna do, I did want to get new hardware. Unfortunately, I couldn't get all the screws I needed, so we're gonna reuse the ones we had in there, but we do need to treat them with medium thread lock or Loctite 243 if you want to go with the name brand. All right, so with the Loctite installed or put on, we are just going to start these by hand. Obviously, even though I said earlier I went OEM on the brake discs, they are made by Brembo. KTM doesn't actually make them. Okay, now carefully, I'm going to use the impact. You can also do them by hand. I am not going to run them all the way down though, because we do need to torque these. And each of these bolts are torqued to 14 Newton meters. All right, with all of them torqued to 14 Newton meters, we're gonna flip this over. One thing I should say, I mentioned my old disc was not to the, the minimum. They do have the minimum stamped on there at 4 millimeters thickness. Okay, so you may notice we have the ABS ring around here. You also notice I've already pulled the spacer out. It just makes it sit a little bit easier when I had it flipped upside down. We're gonna remove these 6 screws. We're also gonna set the ABS ring to the side because we're obviously going to be reusing it here in just a moment. Okay, take your ABS ring, keep it in the same orientation. You see it goes in down here. I am gonna clean mine up a little bit because while you got it off here, it's a great chance. We're gonna set the old disc to the side. We are going to get our new disc in place, same sort of thing. I'm gonna go ahead and take this off camera and clean up the inside of this hub because it's kind of nasty. And then we'll set our disc down. In the meantime, we are gonna treat these screws with some medium Loctite. All right, so with everything cleaned up, we're gonna set our ABS wheel back in place. Once again, start everything by hand. Make sure you did treat them with medium Loctite. Now we're gonna get them started with the impact. And then once again, we are gonna torque them down to 14 Newton meters. That's it. Now we just gotta get it back on the bike. Okay, so technically all we really have left is to put our little bladder and our cap back on with the 2 screws. And then obviously we don't wanna forget our 2-wheeled rider reservoir cover. But because we just spent a good bit of money on brand new discs and brand new pads, we ought to go ahead and put some fresh fluid in, get the brakes bled. Again, I'm not gonna show you how to do it in this video. I'm gonna link it up here because I've already made that video once before. I'm gonna do that on my bike, and then you need to go seat the brakes, bed the brakes, whatever, however you wanna refer to it, which is, everybody's got their different method, but essentially I'm gonna go out and find a nice little, straight piece of road, run the bike up 20, 30 miles an hour, brake, don't come to a complete stop, do that a few times, and then up the speed a little bit, get the brakes, it's a tongue twister, bedded in the new pads, the new discs, and then we should be good to go for, I don't know, maybe another 70,000 miles. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, considering that subscribe button, because if you like motorcycles, well, this is the place to be. Again, check the other videos for how to remove the wheels, reinstall the wheels, bleed the brakes, all that sort of thing. But that is how you swap out the pads and also change the discs on one of these Super Adventures, whatever. And but if you have any questions, let me know down in the comment section below. I'll do my best to answer them. I'll also link the part numbers and parts in there for this specific model. Be sure to check your specific model. And as always, I'll talk to you again soon. All right, let's run it up to about 20 or 30. All right, now let's run up to 30. Oh yeah.